fucked up.
That's why Governor Chris Christie was so angry about what happened, calling out Ted Cruz. How do we avoid that this time around?
You just don't do it. I mean, look, the folks in Texas, like the folks in New Jersey and New York and Sandy,
Good morning,
they paid a
y'all.
lot of money in taxes to the federal government. They worked hard for that money. In a catastrophe like this, they're entitled to get some of it back. It's that simple. The first
Gunner and I, we just dropped the boys off.
And property. And part of that means when bad things happen,
We actually came to get coffee at our favorite place, or my favorite place. Rob Saunders. Hi, Rob Saunders.
I'm there now, though, in the U.S. Senate, and I can tell you, and I'm about as conservative as they come, Chris. Some people call me cheap. That's okay.
Guys, I'm sitting here listening to...
Give Texas all the help it needs.
Good.
First of all, I shouldn't even have my phone, but...
Good, because there are plenty of times need fiscal responsibility.
I was just sitting here listening to CNN and actually just still so saddened by this travesty, and it's just not even over. It's just when you have these kind of situations, even once the water goes down, people's lives are still, just turned upside down. And, you just really hope that people are able to rebuild and, try to gain some sense of what their life was before all of this. And then you have people that say money isn't everything, but, that's the kind of thing that it takes to help people at least get some type of normalcy, in terms of rebuilding their homes, rebuilding their communities, trying to get their kids in school, and the universities, and all of those things. All of those things that we kind of take for granted, I was in grad school during 9/11, and I mean that only affected us a few days in terms of being out of school, or it wasn't like this natural disaster that destroyed a whole town. I mean, it shook up the whole nation, but I don't know what I would have done if I had to deal with something like this and I were in school, or if I had my kids somewhere, because a lot of us live, we all live check to check. We all live, a lot of us are not in a position where, something like this can happen and we're just going to be okay. And not even just financially, emotionally, So, which is, hold on, guys. I'm driving on the phone when I shouldn't be. Oh, good morning, guys. So I'm at a red light. That's the only reason I'm looking at my phone. Yeah, but I still think that it's still stressful. Whether even if you send money, if you donate, it's still stressful. Like you don't want to see people having to go through this. It's just and that's my whole point. We're all in a very stressful situation, from this presidential election to all of these things that are even happening in the world that we don't think affect us, at some point will affect us, and then we're kind of like, everyone's all tense and uptight, and then this happens, and then it's just like, the stuff that we're fighting for is so stupid, because you have something that's out of your control that comes in and can destroy a whole city as large as Houston. And then you realize all the stuff that you're fighting over is just so stupid. Countries that fight over land and are at war over land, and you can have, the universe come in and destroy all of that. It's also stupid. It's also stupid. Sorry if you guys are looking on my nose. There's so much traffic. Oh my God. This morning I decided that I wanted to go get some sage to burn in my house. I've been wanting sage for some time, and today I was actually going to go and get some. And then maybe I'll come back and work out. It's so weird how, as an individual, you kind of pray for things to go right in your life, and, or you kind of hope that things go right in your life, whether you pray or not, whatever you believe in, you put energy into your life and your family. But, sometimes, that's so selfish, because there's so many other things, and so many other things, so many things that are larger than just your little situation that you go through on a daily basis. And it's technically not little, but in the scheme of everything, we really are very tiny. And what we're going through is really very small when the world is just so big. And pretty much this whole week has kind of just saddened me. I was watching CNN, what was it, Tuesday, and I see all these people in the nursing home with water up to their waist, and some women had water up to their under their breast, and I was just thinking, where are their families? Where are these when you get old? Where are your families? My grandfather always said, when people get old, young people forget about them, and I'm like, is that true? I remember my grandfather would go, even when he was old, he would get in his 1963 Chevy Impala, which was the first brand new car bought in my family. And that car's still in my family today, even though it's not running. But, and he would drive that car around, and he would get, he would, help people out. He would go and pick them up, take them shopping. If there was something going on at church that had plates of food, he would pack about 10 of those plates in the car and take them to people. That's the kind of person he was, and then one day, you get old and someone has to do that for you. And you just hope that people don't forget about you to take care of you. So that's kind of what I thought when I saw those people in the nursing home, is that, you just hope that people hadn't forgotten about them. There's just a lot of traffic out here. But I gotta go get this sage. I'm determined to get some sage. And actually, today I want to get some crystals for the first time. And I said that I was going to do a lot more, especially this school year. I just feel like the summer was really stressful. I was going to do a lot more in terms of working on my spiritual self. And I don't really talk about religion or what I believe, because what I believe is what I believe, and I don't believe in arguing about what I choose to believe. So I was going to start working on my spiritual self in a more urgent way, like I would, the urgency to eat when I'm hungry, or the urgency to do your daily activities. I want to start working on my spiritual self with the same amount of urgency. And the sage is just kind of burning my house. I just want to clean up the energy in there. I wish I could see more of the comments. I can't because you guys know I'm driving when I shouldn't be on the phone. But we're going, it's like I'm not driving. I'm going so slow, so much traffic. We're just creeping along. Let's see, I saw a video about this guy. Oh, the animals. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other thing to think about. The animals, man. Like, you know, it's, you just always wish you could do more. You always wish that you could do more. You always want to do more. And I'm going to say this again, you know, a lot of people, you know, left Louisiana and relocated in Texas and rebuilt to Texas. So I feel bad if for those people who are possibly going through this for a second time, something like this. Someone said, no, my whole house. Listen, yeah, that's what I need to do. Someone said, try going vegan. Oh, well, here's the deal about that. I don't think I ever really want to be a vegan. There's some things I love to eat. There are some things that I really love to eat. Like, I didn't eat red meat for 10 plus years or so, maybe actually even 12 years. I didn't eat red meat or pork. And then when I started loving hip hop, I got so skinny. I was so skinny. And at that time I was working at a steakhouse, and the managers wouldn't let me leave. They were like, okay, you have to start eating red meat. You're getting way too skinny. Like, we don't know what's going on with you, but you're getting way too skinny. It was like a meeting. So I started eating red meat again, and I actually started kind of liking it. And I never really even ate steaks before. Like, I would eat a roast when my mother would make a roast, but I was never a real beef eater. I mean, I'm from the South, so we definitely eat pork, but I started eating red meat again. I'm sure, like, the red meat I could give up again. Although I do like I forgot what cut it is, but not loin strip, but I do like marble meat with the meat and fat in there, which is probably gross, but I like it. And or like a T-bone if it's not too dry. But I can't give up crab legs, and I don't want to give them up. I can't give up crawfish, and I don't want to give them up. Like, there's some things I like to eat that I don't want to give up. And it's not, yeah, I'm like, it's just, I don't want to give it up. I love eating crab legs. Like, actually, I'm craving some now. Like, maybe, and the kids were asking for some, so then I realized that I actually make them exactly how I like to eat them at home. Because sometimes you can order them, this is completely off subject, and they have all that butter on it. I hate eating seafood with butter on it. I don't know, it's just, I don't like it. I don't like to dip anything in butter. Ugh. I just like it like mainly Old Bay or steamed, but not steamed with butter. Once, I think Uber Eats, I ordered some crab legs. I may have spent like $70 on this, because for me and the kids, and it came, the shrimp and the crab legs, and it was like, I mean, just, I think they used like a stick of butter per bag of steamed food I had. It was disgusting. And then you can't crack it right because all that butter has made the shells all hard. I'm like, ugh, no way. So there's some things I don't want to give up. But even though I you know, you got to say an extra prayer for crabs, because when you see what people have to go through to get that stuff for you to eat, you know, it's a very dangerous job. You got to say like 2 prayers. Like, you really do have to pray for the people who or send some energy to them. You know what? I guess the older my kids get, I use the word pray a little bit more. Because, some things are out of your control. Like, you can do your best to raise your kids, and then, you just only want the best for them. You just hope that the universe provides all they need, or that they know with confidence that the universe will provide all they need. And although you may know something wholeheartedly, it doesn't mean that that's going to translate. You will raise your kids that way, and you just hope that it translates into a type of empowerment that makes them go and conquer the world. No, not raw butter, but like melted butter. I don't like any melted butter in seafood. That includes shrimp. Like, I don't like shrimp scampi. I don't like anything that requires a lot of butter in seafood. Most seafood, if it has to be any type of oil or butter, it should just, for me, be like olive oil or something. No, and I don't like cheese on seafood. Like, mac and cheese with shrimp, like, ugh, no way. I don't like any, if I'm eating seafood, I don't want to eat cheese at all. Cheese or any dairy, actually. Seafood and dairy just don't go, although people mix them all the time. No. Oh, T. Pickens 29, is that you? I think I just saw your email last night about your birthday. Happy birthday. I went to that page, but I was like, is this the page? I always saw one picture, so happy birthday to you. Shout out to T. Pickens 29. It was her birthday yesterday. And she had another page, I don't know what happened, where she said she couldn't, look like I blocked her, but I don't remember doing that, or because I see that page a lot, so, but I try to look it up and I don't see it. But anyway, whatever our issue is, hopefully we've made up. And shout out for your birthday. Miss Nick. Guys, New York City is so big, and I mean, New York is still kind of claustrophobic, even though it's a big city. And sometimes you just want to go on a long vacation so you can come back and appreciate it more. Like, even in a big city, you can get claustrophobic. It just seems like it's just not large enough. Alright, well, you see how this light is hitting me from the left? You see it. I'm trying to read the comments. Oh, what's up, Sydney? Oh, shut up. I'm not putting anyone's life in danger. Like, I'm creeping along, so hush up. It's always like somebody who has something to say. Sometimes people know so much but don't know shit. Oh yeah, It's definitely Virgo season. Guys, I'm going to be 41 this year. And as usual, I would much rather plan a party for someone else than because I'm the worst planner when it comes to myself. But I'm going to do something. I just don't know what it is. I'm going